we can be an instrument for the vibration and frequency of the universal light. And so I tune my being into the universal light, and I call for greater wholeness, oneness between all those forces that feel separated, that feel punished, persecuted, put down, punished for a mistake that they made under the law of free will. That often, it's okay. She's fine, or he's fine.
All right, fine.
There's a dog. And so to all the forces that feel like the court is the high authoritative body from which justice is carved out, there is a need for the opening of the heart. There is a need to call out the injustice of our own perception that believes there is a possible injustice in this universe that can stop the basic mechanism of free will. And for a given soul, there is a certain justice that is carved out if they do not reconsider the whole of which they are a part. And so the universal light speaks the voice that life can be different. Life can take on a new meaning if we surrender our fear of stepping into our heart, our gift, our voice that wishes to expand and contract along the complementary lines, fields, paths, frequencies, patterns, geometries, relations that allow for the greatest exponential growth without forcing or changing or pushing but it can feel like it is forceful. If there are those who have neglected their heart, it will feel like death when there is a force that is brought to their attention that suggests there is only one force active in this universe, in totality. But there is a temporal force that seems to think that it has never-ending life, as we see the long history of Earth, of the inhabitants of the Earth struggle in some way to realize what struggling is, to see what experience they want in this universe. What is it like for the Creator to forget itself through thinking itself is only the individual being? So, the universal light is released through all time and space where there is this neglect of our humanity, our essence, our heart. Neglect of a simple system with a simple solution that isn't black or white, my perspective or the highway, but it suggests a evolutionary path and timeline from which we can administer greater and greater justice without having to use more and more force. This doesn't mean automatically abolish the military, abolish all weapons, abolish martial arts and defense practices. But anyways, there will need to be an honest examination into our serious determination to free ourselves, if it is our desire, if it is our choice, from separation. That there really is no death. There really is no force that can stop us from realizing nothing on earth can ultimately define us, even if today is our last day. And we may not know it's our last day. And we might prepare every day for the psychological and spiritual death and or the physical death that might take place, even though they are truly one. And we can prepare for this experience of death by considering that there are different probabilities that can happen within free will every day, and whatever happens, it's okay to feel like we are separated and lost and disconnected and scarred. But there's a way to celebrate even when we are taken out, so to speak. Even though it was a little difficult for Jesus and others throughout time to celebrate when they faced their final breaths, their final moments in the body that they had. But anyways, through all institutions, through all groups, and through all systems, through all consciousness where there is found the hardness of the heart, the universal light, through the presence within the heart, releases itself through the intelligence, the cosmic intelligentsia that will take certain measures to allow further acceleration and balance, but a different kind of balance than we know on Earth, for the transformation of our rights, our humanity, our desires to have a world where we don't have to judge suffering as bad, that it shouldn't be happening. And yet at the same time still acknowledge there are alternatives that can fundamentally shift certain conditions through the shifting of our state of consciousness, which comes through challenging our comfort zone, but yet not abolishing the frame, the guardrails that allow us to form a basis of communication, a basis of knowledge and insight to how the judge truly is not without for this being, this intelligence, this principle, this entity, this force is almost beyond what can be said with words, but yet with words, the word is released and the universal light goes forth through all spaces and time periods where there is a forgetting of who we truly are. Thank you.